Hello, my name is Sarah and I'm a program manager with Minnesota Reading Corps and Minnesota Math Corps. This video will walk you through how to submit a service opportunity request form in OnCorps. As an AmeriCorps member with Reading Corps and Math Corps, most of your service hours are spent at your primary service sites. But you also have the opportunity to spend a small amount of your service time serving your community through approved civic engagement hours. Or, to deepen your impact at site, you might seek out additional professional development opportunities. Training hours that are not sponsored by Reading Corps or Math Corps and all civic engagement hours require pre-approval via the Service Opportunity Request Form in OnCorps. The first step to submitting an SOR form is to log into OnCorps. Go to mn.oncorreports.com. Your info page has detailed information about how to access your OnCorps account, including the website and your grant, username, and password. Once you are logged into OnCorps, you should hover your mouse over Reporting at the top of the page, which will open a drop-down menu. Then hover over Submit Reports, which will open another drop-down menu. Then click on Service Opportunity Request Form. In this screenshot, the button for Service Opportunity Request Form is circled in red. Once open, you will see the SOR form table. Make sure that you are on the tab titled Search/View Individual Reports. Then select Add New to create a new service opportunity request. In this screenshot, the Add New button is circled in red. Now you will see a blank service opportunity request form, like the one here. You should start filling in the requested information, starting with name of activity and working down the form. Let's look at an example. In this example, the name of the activity is Volunteer Tutor at Penn Lake Library. You should choose something descriptive like that. For one-time or ongoing, you should select based on the frequency you plan to engage in that specific volunteer activity. In our example, the tutor will be volunteering weekly, so they have chosen ongoing. The start date field refers to the first day you plan to engage with this opportunity. Remember that the SOR form must be approved by your program manager in OnCorps before you can start serving hours and including this activity on your timesheet. So you should plan accordingly. Your end date field refers to the last possible day you plan to engage with this opportunity. One tip is to always choose your expected service end date as the end date on your service opportunity request forms. That way, if you volunteer longer into the school year than you had expected, you will not have to submit another service opportunity request form. The anticipated hours field should represent the total number of hours you plan to serve with this activity over your entire term of service. A couple things to notice about the anticipated hours. It is the total number of hours, not the hours per week or the hours per session, the total number of hours. For our library tutoring example, the tutor serves 2.5 hours each Tuesday and Thursday. So in total, the tutor estimates that she will serve 180 hours over the entire year. That is what she put in the anticipated hours field. Another tip about anticipated hours is to always overestimate the number of anticipated hours. If you calculate that you will serve 160 hours with this opportunity, go ahead and put 180 hours on the anticipated hours form. That way, you are covered if you happen to serve a few more hours than you expect right now. This field cannot have anything other than numbers. No dashes, no periods. Select either training or civic engagement for the timesheet category in accordance with the type of activity you're filling out this form for. Then answer the questions that appear below. The description of the activity field should have a brief explanation of what you will be doing. You can read that our library tutor example gives the full name of the tutoring program, Family Homework Connection Tutoring at Penn Lake Library, and then goes on to explain the nature of the tutoring program. The description also includes a basic schedule every Tuesday and Thursday from 5 to 7:30 p.m. Next, you will write about how this civic engagement or training opportunity will benefit your community. Take some time to reflect about the value you are bringing to your community by providing this service or by receiving this training. Finally, you will write about how this civic engagement or training opportunity will add to your term of service. Reflect on what you will gain. Once your service opportunity request form is complete, select Submit at the bottom of the page. Once you click Submit, your program manager will review the SOR form and either approve or reject the form, and will include comments if they reject it. Program managers will follow up with any questions or concerns regarding an opportunity. If you are not yet ready to submit the form because you need to add additional information, you can choose to save the form instead. However, please note that program managers will not be able to approve the form until you have submitted it in OnCorps. If this form has been approved, both you and your internal coach will receive an email notification. Once the form is approved, you can begin to serve with the approved activity and count that time on your timesheet. You must have an approved service opportunity request form in OnCorps before starting any civic engagement or external training opportunities and including it on your timesheet. As such, it is critically important that you plan ahead for submitting your service opportunity request forms. Your program manager will not receive or review these forms over the weekend. Your program manager will likely need several days during the work week to review the form. We cannot guarantee that a form will be approved the same day it is submitted or even the day after it is submitted. So plan ahead and submit your service opportunity request forms early. I'll leave you with some final tips for success on service opportunity request forms. The first is to always overestimate the total number of hours you will serve with the activity. That way you will not have to submit another service opportunity request form if you go slightly over the number of hours you calculated that you would serve. The second tip is that unless you truly will never ever do this service activity or training opportunity again, just always put ongoing. That way, if you decide to do this activity again in a month, you will be able to do it again without needing to submit another service opportunity request form. Our third tip is for ongoing activities. Always put your expected service end date as the end date for the activity. Number 4, for the written response questions, take some time to reflect on why you are engaging in this service or training and how it will benefit both you and your community. Craft thorough and well thought out responses. Our fifth and final tip is to submit the service opportunity request form at least 1 week in advance of the start of the service activity or training. That way your program manager has sufficient time to approve the activity before it starts. We cannot guarantee that we will be available to approve your request on any given day, so giving us a week in advance puts you in a better chance of being able to start the activity on time. If you have questions or need support, always contact your program manager. We are happy to help.